Hi there, and good morning or good afternoon. It's December. It's the holiday time. I love our little, graphics and stuff. Thank you, John and Valeria, for doing that. I'm Dr. Ida Acuña Garza with the South Texas Literacy Coalition, and with me today is Laura McDermott, and she's one of our board members. Hi, Laura. She's
Good
coming
morning.
coming to us from Laguna Vista. And so we're going to start sharing this month with you in a couple of shows. Some ideas for quick and easy desserts, some gifts from your kitchen. We're excited that you are on, and hope that you'll enjoy this, and that you'll continue to share. And as you know, the South Texas Literacy Coalition is a 501c3 nonprofit organization, and we get all our work done through donations and contributions and sponsorships. I do want to give a big shout out to HEB, who's one of our corporate sponsors, and we really appreciate them. They also have a literacy program that we cooperate with, and then we just help each other all through the year, doing literacy promotion all over South Texas. And so I want to thank everybody over at Audrey Trevino and Linda Tovar and their staff over there is great. They're out in the community really helping. And so that our missions, match. And so I want to give a big shout out to them and to many of our other sponsors, Ameriprise Financial Group and Wells Fargo Bank and, so many others. And so we're going to be, contacting people to help us out. Every $10 that you give helps us give 4 children a book. And so you know that the child who succeeds has in their home library anywhere from 13 to 15 books. Now, we find that in some of our less advantaged communities, some children may have 1 book. And so we want to help, change that, because books don't need electricity, they don't need internet, and you can put them on your shelf and read them over and over and over again, or trade them with somebody. And so it's important for us to be able to be doing this kind of work. Literacy has a situation that impacts everything that we do: the way you manage your money, the way you manage your health, the way you manage your life, the academic achievement, the school success that your children have, the career success that you have. And so you're going to be reading and writing all your life. And so that's why we're promoting literacy early on as best we can. So we have lots of ideas to share with you today. So let's get started. So Laura, you had an interesting recipe that I saw you send in to Jonathan to put on our website and stuff. And so share that with us right now, okay?
Sure. Great. It's so great to be here today. Today, I'm going to give you a super simple, it's foolproof way to make some delicious cookies. They're very impressive. They're very easy, and it's something fun for children to make. It's going to be as simple as buying a package of peanut butter cookie mix. And there's different brands out there. And we're going to be using the Reese's peanut butter cups, and there's different brands out there also. We're using the mini ones, and we're going to start off by peeling them and having the paper removed early as we get started, so that they can be ready when these cookies are done. So it's quite simple. We're going to start off with 1 bag of peanut butter cookie dough, and you're going to follow the directions just like the pouch says. To that, I'm adding 1 egg. I am adding 3 tablespoons of water and 2 tablespoons of oil. So how much more simple is that?
Absolutely, yeah.
When I looked up the recipe on the internet, it has a whole different variety. You can make them from scratch, and there's recipes made out of whole wheat. There's recipes made out of flour, butter, and all the different ingredients. But since we're dealing with children, we might just make it as simple as we can.
Mm-hmm.
And if you have any type of a gathering at work, a small gathering, this is so easy to make, and it's always a big hit. This 1 bag is going to make about 36 cookies, so it's quite easy. You're going to blend this until a smooth ball is formed. And once you get to that point, I'm going to place this aside. You're going to roll it into simple balls. These are about 1 inch in diameter.
Okay.
And as always, I love to wear gloves to form these. But if you have a lot of little hands in the kitchen, that's really a wise way to bake and roll out cookies in order to keep them sanitary and keep some things germs free. If not, make sure all the kids wash their hands before doing this. I am using some mini tins here, and I have two choices. I can spray it with an oil or a Baker's Joy, or I can use little paper liners. You have two choices, whatever you may have at home. And you take the 1 inch balls and place them directly into this cookie form. And I was reading on the internet that someone did not have this shape, so they went ahead and used little papers and placed the balls on those. And what we're going to do at this point is we'll fill all of our tins.
Somebody's calling for the recipe already.
Oh, okay. So,
Yes.
yeah.
Okay. I want to say hi to Maria Solis and also to Maria Elena Valle. Thank y'all for being here. And while she's doing that, I want to tell you that Maria Elena Valle is working with us on a project to bring a little free library to Granjeno, where the children have little access to library resources. And so we were going to put a little free library over there, and love to have y'all help to be part of that. Okay. Ooh, that looks simple. I think I could do that.
Okay, how simple is that? Place the balls into this pan, place it in the 375-degree oven for about 8 minutes. And as soon as they come out, you're going to take one of your peanut butter cups and drop them right into the middle of the warm cookie, and with your finger just place them down gently, and it's going to take shape right in there.
Wow. Okay.
And depending on the temperature inside of your home, some will get firm in a very short time, or you may want to place them in your refrigerator for just a short period of time for them to take shape. That's after they cool a little bit. And I did a little extra step, and once they've melted, I use a toothpick and just go around the edges so that the little shape of the peanut butter cup is not there. So it leaves a mystery for people to wonder how you were able to make these.
That's
Once they cool off, you're just going to take a fork or a little knife, and you're going to place it in there and just lift. And this is the type of little cookie that it makes.
Oh, wow. That's
So,
amazing.
peanut butter lovers, this is great. Now, this is just an idea like we've shared before. Be creative in what you do. There's also all other kinds of brands, and you may even have your own favorite recipe for sugar cookies or oatmeal cookies. You can do this with the flavor of your choice. Now, this morning I took it to another level, and for those of you who don't have a pan in this shape, you may want to make them right into balls, and as soon as they come out, you can place a Hershey's chocolate chip or just one of the chocolate stars that you can buy and place it right into the center, and that sure makes an impressive cookie.
Yes.
I've
Yes.
heard Santa Claus loves all kinds, and so I wanted to do something to make him want to come over to our house. And so I have some peanut butter cookies here, and I've decorated it just with a little Christmas ornament. And then I have the same peanut butter ball cookies over here with the chocolate little center. So that's my super easy recipe. Super.
Awesome.
Be creative and have fun in the kitchen. So
Awesome.
for Santa, and since I'm going to have so many little balls to form today, I'm going to go ahead and place them in the freezer. That way, right before Christmas, I can take them out and I've got them ready to place into my pan. These do save in your refrigerator for up to about 2 weeks. But since I'm not going to want to be tempted, I'm going to put this dough in the freezer. So I get tempted to eat it up, but I'll be ready to make a quick recipe when my friends come over, or to take these to our neighbors and maybe to some of the workers that we have out there that are volunteering in our community.
I was going to say, you'll probably, each one of your neighbors is probably going to ask you for a plate of cookies to leave for Santa on Christmas Eve. So you might be making lots of cookies.
Well, I think this is just a really great and easy recipe.
Yeah.
Have enough for all of the neighbors. And I know Santa's going to be around here. He always is.
Yeah, great.
For those of you who don't like baking, this is foolproof. And part of my greatest memories growing up was being in the kitchen with my mom. And it wasn't only about presents, it was about that love and energy that we had all around us. We were baking, we were stringing beads, we were making chains out of paper, but it's all those memories that I have. And it just warms my heart because that was such a special time in my life. And your opportunity to have fun with your children and make it special.
Well, and remember that this kind of recipe is so easy, that cleanup is easy and such. Mine is a little bit different, and you might have flour all over the place, but remember, the kitchen surfaces are cleanable, and you teach your kids to clean along with you. And that's a life habit that they're going to learn. So that, I've seen people who love to cook and they're great cooks and whatever. And then you look at the kitchen and it's like full of stuff. Well, I wouldn't want to cook either if I had to clean that up all at one time. Yeah. And so I clean as I go, and teach your kids to do the very same thing. And it's a wonderful lifelong habit to have. So thank you so much for sharing that recipe. It's a wonderful.
Just recently, there was a TV show talking about social emotional development with children. And it said that we are just losing out when we let our children be on the computer or on a laptop or on their game. We don't have that time for interaction, for talking, for giggling, for just making conversation and teaching them the life skills of decision making. Exactly. And we want to give that back to our children. And as a parent, it's our opportunity and it's our job to help them develop that. So in talking and sharing some fun times, get them off their computer for a while, have them come in.
Absolutely. And the other thing is that both of the recipes that you're going to see today really focus on the spirit of giving. Gifts of love, gifts from the kitchen. Why not do a little bit of a few cookies, maybe half a dozen cookies for the mailman? Why not do half a dozen cookies for the, if you have groceries delivered, for the guy who brings your groceries, or for someone who comes over to the house to do a service for you, your gardener or whoever. Just 6 cookies. I mean, they'll run to the drive-through or whatever and grab a cup of coffee, and it's a pick-me-up. It's paying it forward. And, I think that during this pandemic, those are some of the things that we started to reflect on about that social emotional learning. What does it mean to live in a global society, in a global community? And the thought of, wear a mask, maybe not for yourself, but for someone else. And I've seen the ads with a healthcare worker saying, if you don't wear it for you, please wear it for me, because they're working 24/7, many of them, and they're tired, and they've gone through a lot of stress and trauma in what they do. And so that's important. Okay. So thank you for that. And now I'm going to share with you a recipe that's a great gift for your neighbor, for grandma and grandpa, for, anybody. It's right here. And you've seen these, and you can get them in different places, but why not make your own? You can be an assembly style. And I want to tell you that this little label right here, when I sent my recipe in, I sent it like this. And so the little label is there so that you can cut it out and put it with your gift. This is called Trail Cookie Mix, okay? And I want to give credit where credit is due. There's a lot of cookie mix recipes, and you can make any scratch cookie recipe into a cookie mix. But I want to, this came from a book called Gifts in a Jar. Cookies cookbook. There's Gifts in a Jar bread cookbook. There's Gifts in a Jar spices and soups and all kinds of stuff. But it's a a product of CQ Products. And so you can probably get it on Amazon or on the internet someplace. It's called Gifts in a Jar Cookies Cookbook. So we're going to start off with, and by the way, here's the cookies, because I baked a batch just so that you could see. And I just did a little bit of, decorating with some icing. I'm taking a 1 quart canning jar. Okay. I love these because they have a measuring, system here on the side. And so you can use these for a lot of things. So our mix that we're going to make, and I'm using a little ladle like this to get in here and tamp everything down. But we're going to start off with 1/2 cup of brown sugar. Now, I want to keep the inside of the jar as clean as possible. So I made this little cone just out of a piece of paper and taped it. So I'm going to pour my brown sugar in here. And that way it'll go all the way to the bottom. And remember, when you measure brown sugar, you need to pack it down. Okay. So we're going to put that in there. And I didn't want this to splatter. That's why I did this little cone. Almost there. I'm working on a tray because I don't want to make a big mess. But you can do this, like I say, assembly style.
Hey, we had a comment here. It says, love the cookies, looks really pretty, and you can chocolate Rolos if you have peanut allergies. Great idea.
Yeah. Now I'm going to take my little ladle and I'm going to tamp this brown sugar down in the jar, because all the ingredients fill up the jar. Okay. So our next ingredient is 1/2 cup of sugar. You can use stevia or a sugar substitute. I'm not going to use the cone this time because this won't bounce up as much as the other. I didn't want the brown sugar to stick to the side since it's a little bit sticky.
Dr. Ida, I have a question. If you use stevia, do you use the equal amount?
Yes, it's cup for cup the same. Yeah.
Okay.
Now, one of the things about this recipe, this trail cookie mix, is that it's very nutritious. This is wheat germ, okay? And one of the first lessons that we had on Kids in the Kitchen was about teaching your kids about the wheat germ. And this is very nutritious part, okay? It's got fiber, it's got protein, it's got all kinds of stuff. So we're going to add the wheat germ in here. You can use oat bran as well, but I like the wheat germ because it gives it kind of a nutty taste. And again, we're going to tamp this down. And one of the kids can be measuring, maybe the older kids can be measuring and putting it in the jar, and the little ones can be tamping down. Then we're going to use 1/3 cup of oatmeal, quick oats. And you can see how this is being layered. Tamp it down again. Yesterday I didn't tamp that one down as much, and I had to really work to do that. And then we're going to do some raisins. Now I'm using yellow raisins. You could use all kinds of cut fruit if you wanted to, regular raisins. I just like yellow raisins better. I think they're prettier and sweeter. And you see those raisins fill up the... So I'm going to tamp that down quite a bit. And so this is all done. Then we're going to do some coconut. You can use brown coconut. You can use regular coconut. You can use organic. You can use coconut flakes if you want the bigger flake in there. Mix that up. Layer it on the top so you see it's looking like this. Then we're going to use 1/2 cup of pecans, chopped pecans. You can use walnuts. You can use whatever. Or again, if there's allergies, you can leave these out because you've got the wheat germ there. But this is it's not a sweet cookie in spite of the fact that it has the brown sugar and the granulated. It's very crunchy and very healthy for you. Rich in protein. Now we're going to use 3/4 of a cup of all-purpose flour and 1 teaspoon of baking powder, okay? And I've already got the baking powder in here. You were going to say something, Laura?
I was just going to say, this is a great gift idea. What a neat way to already make now and have it under reach, waiting for your neighbor to pass by, or your mailman, or your delivery to come by.
So tamp it down. And you see this fills up to the very top. Now, all that the receiver of this gift has to do, according to the little thing, is to take 1 jar of this, 1/2 cup of softened butter or margarine, and 2 eggs and a teaspoon of vanilla, and make the cookies. Now we seal it. Of course, the jar is reusable, so that's a neat thing. And then I just took a little square of fabric, Christmas fabric. It's a square, okay? So to make it round, you fold it corner to corner, and then you fold those corners. So now you have a triangle. Now, do you see the literacy and the numeracy part of this? We started with a square. Now we're at a triangle, okay? And then we fold it again to make another triangle. And this right here will be the size of your circle. So I'm going to take some pinking shears, and I'm just going to cut across. That's the easiest way to make a circle. And there's our circle. So we went from square to triangle to circle. Put it here on top. I'm going to use a rubber band. You don't have to, but I'm going to use a rubber band. And then, I don't know what I did with my ribbon, but anyway, you get the idea with this one. I put a ribbon on. I put a little, used a hole puncher to put a hole in the little tag that says how to make the cookies. And this is ready to go. So if you're one of my neighbors and you're watching, you might get one of these for Christmas as a Christmas gift. Now, you might say, oh, heck no, I'm not going to do all that measuring. I'm not going to do all that stuff. I'm just going to bake the cookies. Fine, you have the cookie recipe. This is a little jar from the dollar store. It's a wonderful little canister. You can put sugar in it. You can put whatever. But I'm going to fill it with cookies. There's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And there's another gift for you, okay? You can put a few more if you like, but it makes a very nice little gift for anybody. And I usually have a lot of these around to give to people, and 6 is enough for a good sitting. You know, you don't want to, if you give people like 3 dozen cookies or something, that's a lot of cookies. You're going to be eating a lot of sweet stuff anyway. So it's important to, you know, this is made with love. If you want to share the recipe with them, you can share the recipe with them. Probably not. They want the finished product, okay? So here it is. You can do it from scratch and then decorate your jar with a bow, like I did this one right here. Put the instructions in, or you can give it as a little gift if you've already made your cookies. This makes about 3.5 dozen, okay? So that's 42 cookies.
Wow.
7 of these gifts, okay, for probably less than a couple of dollars. And a lot of these ingredients you probably have at home. Maybe you didn't have the wheat germ at home. That's okay. You can buy that, and it comes in a bigger jar, and you can probably get 4 recipes out of that. So, it's important. My little Santa here says that there's only 21 days till Christmas.
Wow.
So if you do some shopping and you make your cookies and you run to the dollar store and get something like this, I know it's going to be a tough time this year for Christmas for many families. And what better gift could you give someone than the gift of love? Something that you made yourself in the kitchen. And again, if you don't want to go to all this trouble, then you can bake the cookies and give them away like this. And they've got a little canister to keep with them. This was $1, and the cookies probably in there, well, they're priceless because you made them with a lot of love. So that's important. So want to make sure that you stay tuned. We'll be on in a couple of weeks with some more ideas for you. Easy, simple ideas that you can use with your kids. I've got a book that I want to share with you next time. That's called The Cookie Fiasco. And so it'll be another cookie recipe, but it'll be simple and something that you can share with your kids. It's so, so important. Think about memories, when you have. I know that many of us have memories of tamale making, at home. And so Maria Solis says, great ideas. Yes, great ideas. Simple things that you can do. Very impressive. And Laura's cookies look very gourmet. Okay, very gourmet. And this technique of putting a little icing, just a little, whatever. You don't have to ice the whole thing. And you can buy the icing already made if you don't have confectioner sugar. I do confectioner sugar, a little bit of milk, and a little bit of margarine, and mix that up. But it already comes made. So for a couple of dollars, you can get a whole bunch of icing and ice your cookies. It's just a gourmet technique that adds that extra, thing. 11 days left for our Granjeno Free Library fundraiser. Yes, we want you to go online. We on our Facebook page and donate whatever you can. We're trying to raise $1,000 to get that little free library over there and set up and full of books, okay? And we'll keep it full of good books. We have $635 out of our $1,000 goal already. So, we forgot 1 0 on that $1,000 goal. But it's coming along. Whatever you can give, do it. It's a labor of love that we're all trying to do. It's getting to know each other. And Katrina Olivia Pacheco says, I can't wait to try these at home. Awesome. So get our recipes, start doing some things. Again, you can spend a little bit of money and do a lot with it, or you can spend a lot of money and it's hard to decide who to buy what. And then there's people who have everything. What could you buy? And so we've got on the screen the donate Facebook URL. So go there, go to our Facebook page and donate to the Granjeno fundraiser. And Maria Elena Ovalle on our board is also helping out with that. And you'll see an interview with her and an interview with the mayor of Granjeno. And so we're trying to do something for kids all over. And this is our way of sharing health literacy with you and ways that you can incorporate social emotional learning into your family. Like I said, I think that this whole pandemic thing has brought us all closer. It made us think about what is really important, and how do I keep doing that, and it's important for you to think about that this holiday season. It's a perfect time to think about it. So make sure and get our recipes, enjoy. Keep a lookout for our upcoming county resources and events that are going to be coming up. We've got book distributions in different places. Get on our Facebook page, share it with a lot of people. I think we're going to be in Jim Hogg County. We're going to be in Rio Grande City. We're going to be doing some things here in Hidalgo County. We've got a book giveaway in Harlingen on Saturday the 19th. So, hey, a lot of different things that we've, go into our Facebook page and look at events and be there. It's going to be a drive-through. All of these things are going to be a drive-through events, but every child will go home with, 2 or 3 books that they can share with each other and read over and over again. And you can read them. Okay. So we're going to be in Jim Hogg, Hidalgo, and Cameron County this month. So we want you to be safe. Be stress-free. If you start today by, when it's like 10 days until Christmas, you'll have all your gifts ready. And hey, drive by and deliver them, and then have yourself a cup of nice cinnamon tea and enjoy the holidays. Bianca Garcia says, these look delicious. Can't wait to try these for the holiday season. Thank you so much. Glad that you enjoyed the show. Do something for someone else. Pay it forward. Laura, any last words?
Sure. For those of you all who don't know what to buy your loved ones during this Christmas holiday, try going to the dollar store. There's all kinds of books. Give children books for just $1.
Yeah.
All word finds and things of that sort are so motivating for children. It's a great way to increase their learning and increase their knowledge. So books are a great idea. For those adults that you don't know what to give, cookbooks are always fun. Look for a fun book. And if you still don't know what to give, you might want to go ahead and donate to the South Texas Literacy Coalition in someone's name. I think that's the greatest gift of all, is to give to others. So find yourself something good to read, something good to eat, to share it with. So I'll see you in maybe 2 weeks.
Yes. We'll do.
2 weeks for the
I'm going to show you this. You can take any basket and put this in here with a book, okay, and give it to a child. Or you can take this so that they can eat with a book, so that they can eat cookies while they're reading their book. And so, just be creative. Our job here with this particular production is to help you get some ideas and be creative, okay? And make sure that you come by the office, 2425 West Freddy Gonzalez. Visit our little free library located outside our office and pick up a free book, okay? And smile at the camera when you do, because we got a camera there that's taking your picture while you're taking your book. And have a wonderful holiday season. Merry Christmas. Thank you, Norma O'Neill. Merry Christmas to you all, and we'll see you in a couple of weeks, okay, with more recipes and more ideas. Have a great week, great weekend. The weather finally got to the point where I could wear a sweater, so I'm wearing my sweater. I'm going to wear it and others as much as I can. The weather's going to go like this, as you know, so enjoy, okay? Get out there, enjoy, take a walk with your kids after you make the cookies or before you make the cookies, and, they'll be ready to do something to calm down. If you take a walk after you make the cookies, then you can have hot chocolate and cookies when you get home. So, enjoy. Peanut butter cups, trail mix cookies, good for you and great to make, okay? See you next week or in a couple of weeks, and we'll have more ideas for you. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.